systems.
All right, we are Brad. We are live. We love gaming. We had a great show. We're going to show you how to use a screwdriver tonight. So on that note, let's get the show started right now. All right.
That's the music they should have played during that teardown.
Yeah, they should have played the teardown. That would have been hot, right? Right, Forte?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right, welcome everybody back to another BRAP. It's Wednesday, it's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the vice president debate has just started. Vice presidential debate. That's not a cluster F like the debate last 2 weeks ago. Anyhow, thank you, everyone in the live chat's coming out to hang out with us tonight. We got a great program in store for everyone. We're going to be talking about the PlayStation 5 teardown. And we're going to be talking about NBA 2K1, which looks freaking incredible. I think I'm actually going to buy it. And we're going to talk about the Xbox Series X overheating. My man Gaming Forte just put a video out. I think, was it today, Forte?
Yep, it was today. Your boy was working hard over the last 2 days.
Yes, please check out Gaming Forte's channel. And more importantly, too, check out the DPS podcast, which I've dropped a link below to their show last night. Great show last night, gentlemen. Had a blast. I'm glad, Forte, that you held Slow-Mo Backslap's feet to the fire with regards to him not helping out the economy or helping out his fellow man in the retail business, right? I mean, that's...
You talk about we finally realized how selfish Slow-Mo really is.
I didn't say that.
Why did it take you guys so long to realize this?
See,
I don't understand
it at this point.
Yeah,
why would I deny it? I have never said I wasn't a selfish.
Well, we always said that gaming is a selfish hobby, but good God, man, when it comes to buying, you're still buying the game at least.
Yeah, but I think Slow-Mo kind of last night just said, "What have you done for me lately?"
Oh yeah, exactly.
And, exactly. So so I'm not. Yeah, so
give you forms of entertainment for the last 9 months during this quarantine.
Well, not Nintendo.
Oh boy, here we go.
That's what it's going for on eBay.
And by the way, if you want to hear that,
starting at $400.
And by the way, if you want to hear that conversation about Nintendo, what Nintendo has done lately for Slow-Mo Backslap, click on the link below in the description section. DPS podcast, check them out. Great show last night. We also have some great guests this evening. We got returning guests. We got Jay Bari. What's up, Jay?
Yo. What is good, guys, man? Definitely appreciate the invite. I think I decided I'm going to get a Series X now. Because I want to keep my house toasty. You know what I
mean? Okay.
You could just get a space. You could get a space heater that costs a lot less.
But, the thing is, it also play games. Forte. So it multitasks. But I'm just joking, guys. I'm joking. But pleasure to be here, man, and looking to have some fun, man. What's up?
Absolutely, and we have our like I like to call our resident retail Sony PlayStation rep. We got Chrono 0666 in the house. Chrono, welcome back to BRAP.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Looking forward to this tonight.
Man, when is Sony gonna put you back to work? When they gonna put you back to work, man? Every time I see you in street clothes.
Don't worry, we've got a system coming out. They're gonna have to put me out there eventually.
You think? you got to come out here and help those poor people at Walmart and Best Buy and show them that they don't have to sell somebody a screwdriver to sell them to add a stand to their system.
Oh boy!
Hey, I'm just here to help. I'm just here to help add on sales. That's all I'm doing. So
can you help me add on a sale? Because I don't have a pre-order yet. So I'm trying to be one more.
You ain't got a pre-order for real?
No.
Man, dirty. He ain't got no systems. I ain't got an Xbox on pre-order. Man, it's bad out here, bro.
Oh,
it's
man.
hard, yeah.
I got 3 of them things.
All right,
we don't need all the bragging, Jay. We don't need all that.
I got 3 of them things on deck, man. Let's go. Target is the only one I know I'm not going to get day one because it's giving me an estimated date, but everything else is good to go.
See, that's what happens.
Where'd you order the other ones at?
GameStop and through PlayStation.
What's the phone number to the GameStop that you shop at?
I mean, it's in the Bronx. You want to come through? Yeah,
Just DM me that receipt.
I got you, man. Let's confirm that thing. Make sure they hold that on. You know, I need that.
Yeah,
but to be honest with you, all of them is pretty much sold though, like to my friends and my brother. So.
Brap, that super chat though, man. Tell Optimus Code he need to update his profile because he know that picture is like 30 years ago.
Ouch! Oh man!
Wow!
Yo, you know Code gonna get you.
Wow!
Well, I already know. Well, me and Code be going at it for a while now, so yeah, like, gotta get. Yo, Code look like he looked like Kawhi Leonard with a mustache right now.
And we know Code doesn't look like Kawhi Leonard right now. He looks like Kawhi Leonard. Anyhow, big shout out to Optimus Code with the $5 super chat. Says Jay Barry is anti-consumer.
Hey, yo, man, them braids on point though, man. Whoever did that Code, you know what I mean? Stick to that person right there.
That's called Photoshop. But
man, why y'all shaving Coach like that, man?
Code out here looking like the Predator, man. Come on.
Yo, what up, y'all? I was drinking some water, man. Y'all almost choked, yo.
Hell, Code, that's not me. You know what I mean? You did a super chat, knocking me, but I'm the nice one.
Code, we love you, bro. It's all love, Code. Code, you know it's love, man.
Shout out. Yo, but for real though, shout out. Yo, what
are you saying?
What's going on?
Get it out. Forte, get it out, Forte.
No, let me tell you what just happened here. I had the stream up and I had you guys talking, so it felt like everybody was talking over each other. I was like, oh, that's why the stream is still going. So no, but shout out to Code. Him and if you didn't know, he's on AGS Live with Hard 8 every Sunday at 4 p.m. Yep. Bro, that show's freaking fire with them both on it. It's a live call-in show, so definitely, if you definitely want to laugh for 2.5 hours before everything, after all the other stuff that happens throughout the day, man, that's a really good show to check it out. So shout out to them guys for that one.
Yeah, no doubt. We also have the rest of our panel here. We have Eric Jackson. What's up, E?
Chilling, man. What's going on?
Not much. E, are you? Which I wasn't sure. We talked about this pre-Brap, but is it you or B Money that's going to be showing the demonstration how to use a screwdriver?
If you don't know, you just lost.
Is this going to be shown at 60 frames per second, 4K resolution?
I'm gonna throw the screwdriver right at somebody's head.
I mean, we might need double frame rate for that. Does your TV support 120 hertz?
Yes,
because I want to see that in slow motion.
It'd be like Jackass, like bro.
Oh my god!
Come on, let me show you how to take this hard drive out. Don't.
Yeah. Exactly. We also got B Money 101. What's up, B?
What's going on, man?
B. So we're gonna talk about NBA 2K, and I'm gonna go to you first on that subject because I gotta be honest with you, man. I'm not a 2K fan, but I was blown away. We're gonna definitely talk about that later on, man.
Absolutely.
Let's get to it.
Crispy crossovers.
Yep, exactly. And then we got let me hide the super chat here. We got Slow-Mo. What does it say? Slow-Mo PS5. What?
Slow-Mo's PlayStation 5 installation services. So if you don't want to learn about how to use a screwdriver by Mr. Eric Jackson over there, just come on over to Slow-Mo Backslaps PlayStation 5 installation services. We're gonna take care of you. We're going for just the very low and considerate price of $50 per customer. I will unscrew that base so that you can turn it from vertical to horizontal. And for an additional $100, I will install your SSD. And on top of that, I will set the time on your VCR.
You got so.
That's on the house. That's on the house.
And as you make your way back to the car, I will hit you in the head with a wiffle ball bat.
I mean, we got branches all over the United States. We opened up one on the East Coast. I got T-Rock 40 in the chat. He's my West Coast guy. You in California. You know, if you're confused very easily by just any words that are sentences that are longer than 5 words, we got you. Don't worry about it. If you see a screwdriver and you immediately get nervous and you start to, you start to pee a little bit, you get that little dribble going on. But don't worry about it. We got you.
Dribble.
We will take care of you. We'll make sure.
We'll pin your address to your jacket, so that way if you get lost on your way home, the police got you.
Yeah, we got you, man. We're gonna take care of you.
I'm gonna put
Slow-mo is an all around service.
We're gonna put a name tag on Slow-mo saying I'm not with this guy.
Hey, look, I'm trying to make that money, yo. All
right, Slow-mo, Slow-mo, great. Oh my god!
Again, funny. There's gonna be that person that's like, "Hey, Slow-mo, man. I heard that
you PayPal."
So what we say, Jay?
Somebody's gonna DM you one of these days. Like, I heard you can hook me up with unscrew my PS5.
And I'm absolutely gonna take like. Send that PS5 to me. I ain't got one yet. I'm like, when it shows up, I'm gonna be like, hey, look, I don't know what happened. I ain't get anything. It hasn't arrived.
Wow, yet. Slow-mo's gonna be like, I'm not responsible for any misplaced shipments.
Full
yeah. All right, guys,
let me get that PS5 and I'll actually, hook people up. But hey, look, man, I'm trying to get this side hustle going.
Yeah, let me get this super chat with Optimus Code again. Optimus Code, the $5 super chat. Thank you, Optimus. Appreciate the shout out, Forte. Checks in the mail.
Hey, Code, make sure that check is very big. Forte is used to getting checks from Microsoft that are pretty large, so you're gonna need to go compensate.
Oh wow!
Making sure it's like
it makes sense now for Slow-mo. It makes sense now.
Here we go.
Yeah, it sure does.
They never gave me nothing like that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Forte's an influencer.
That's why they always
man. He got one of them cyberpunk shares.
Beware.
How did I get it? I didn't even get the what was it? The Battletoads thing, man. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, you low level if you didn't get the Battletoads.
I didn't get the battle. No, that wasn't even it was just a code on a piece of paper? That's it? It's not even a t-shirt?
He said a code on a piece of paper. Forte, you didn't get a poster or anything, man.
You ain't get the cassette tape?
PlayStation took care of the cassette tape. Oh, Jesus.
The Battletoads little press kit, I guess everybody was getting. They got a little cassette tape with a USB and all that.
I kind of figured it out, though. I know why Microsoft's not giving me anything because, they want to give it to the better half of the DPS podcast, Mr. Slow-mo Backslapping. He's the one that takes care of all of the affairs when it comes to the accounting. So, Slow-mo, have you been siphoning the business?
Well, since we on episode number 5 of our podcast, the business is zero. There's nothing there. There's like the bank is closed. The vault is empty.
In the red.
The well is dry. There's nothing
red.
Oh man.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Walking around with rabbit ears out here, man.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, guys, I'm gonna go to the first topic of the evening. We're gonna go to UB Money. We're talking about a little NBA 2K1, which, by the way, I saw that video and was like, "What?"
Yeah, he did. What? Don't let him slide about it with
it. You say 2K1? This ain't
I did say 2K. I did say.
Allen Iverson is not going to grace the cover of NBA ever.
We back to Dreamcast, y'all.
He should.
I meant 2K.
Great days.
He should for the 25th anniversary. I think it should be Allen Iverson on cover again.
Absolutely.
Should.
Yeah, man.
He was on the cover for the first 5 years or 4? 2K5 was the first one.
I meant 2K21, but
yeah, I think because
2K1 was the first
cover of 2K5, Ben Wallace. So
he was on 1, 2,
3, and 4.
Was it the first?
Was he really?
Was on 4.
No.
I don't remember, man.
I
No,
think he was on the first 3.
First 3.
Yeah, I can't remember if he was on 2K4.
I don't
know. All right,
2K4.
Yeah. All right. 2K NBA 2K21. Sorry. We saw the next gen videos of that, and I gotta say, like, that game looked wow. Like, I was just like Forte says, huh? Like that, like, man, blown away. B, you are an avid 2K fan. You play every year. You invest a lot in VC. I gotta ask you, man. What were your thoughts on that, man? When you saw this new trailer, man?
I mean, I wasn't really shocked because, like, I've been saying this from the beginning. Like, I knew 2K was going to deliver. It's the same thing they did. You know what I mean? Anytime there's been a transitional in generation. So, they showed off like all the lighting in the court atmosphere. That was like the biggest shock to me. You know what I mean? With like Luka coming out of the tunnel. You know what I mean? Dapping up Mark Cuban. You know what I mean? The floor is completely filled. You know what I mean? In one part of the court, they're doing interviews. Guys are like warming up. You know what I mean? Stretching and stuff. Like,
what about the crowd?
I mean, the crowd looks amazing. You know what I mean? It's looked more live than it's ever had before. But the one thing, like, just because like I pay attention to like small stuff, is like the crowd isn't like super reactionary like I would expect them to be. But you know what I mean? That's just like a little nitpick that I paid attention to. But like graphically, you know what I mean? Steph Curry looks exactly like Steph Curry. You know what I mean? Clay looks exactly like Clay. You know what I mean? They've done a really good job as far as like getting the player models correct. They redid the coaches. You know what I mean? So they've done a lot of stuff, and then they did one part of their deep dive. I think they're gonna have 3 parts of it to kind of really go in depth of some stuff that they're adding to the game on next gen. So I'm super excited about all that stuff. You know what I mean? They're changing the way the shot meter works, the arc on the shots. You can shoot like 5 shots or like rainbow shots depending on if the defender is closing out on you. They added way more animations as far as like the dribble pull-ups and momentum pull-ups and things like that. So I'm super excited. You know what I mean? I can't wait until next gen starts. If there weren't any other games, like I would just be good with 2K. So I can't wait, man.
So let me ask you a real question. Quick question. Then you can jump in, Forte. Somebody like me who's doesn't play 2K, like, what would you recommend? Like, do I need to buy VC? Like, as a noob, what do I need to do, man, to get in this game, man?
I mean, it just depends on what you are getting the game for. Like, if you just want to play, you know what I mean, with all the greatest NBA players, you don't need to buy any VC. You can get.
What if I want to play with B Money?
I mean, you're gonna have to get your VC up, man. you definitely gonna have to make some investments, but you know what I mean, you don't have to buy VC. You know what I mean, there's different modes for different players. You know what I mean, there's people who just rock with the My Gym stuff and try to really build up a franchise. There are people who, you know what I mean, everybody just goes to the park. You know what I mean, there's those guys. There's people who want to play, you know what I mean, NBA games online. And there's people who want to start, online franchises. So there's something there for everybody. And they've continued to add more modes to the game as years go by. So you don't have to go in there and spend more money if you don't want to. But that just kind of comes with it, depending on the modes that you're into.
Not to make it sound like I work for PlayStation or anything, but PlayStation does have a certain PlayStation advantage if you're a PlayStation Plus member. You do get some extra packs for free as a part of your membership for the next few months. I think at least for the next year. Just saying. If you're gonna play NBA, why not play it on the PlayStation?
Isn't it like every 2? Isn't it like 26 packs? It's like over the course of every 2 weeks for the rest of the year.
It's something like, I think they get like 3 packs for every month. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, every month or something like that. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Okay,
man. So we talked about this yesterday, and man, look, I'm that guy that don't really play in the park. I'll literally just do pickup games in NBA online because I just like that atmosphere better. So you definitely don't have to buy VC if you're doing stuff like that. But I wasn't surprised at what I saw. I was more I was floored when I saw it. I was like, Lord, I was like, as I watched the trailer, I was like, okay, this looks cool. Like the dunk animation looked cool. And then as soon as they showed Luka coming out of the tunnel, I was like, oh boy, this is where the game is officially changing. Now, Brad, you're going to love this because you always talk about game design. That right there, that part of the game right there, when you saw him run out of that tunnel and seeing that crowd and saw the whole court full with reporters, people doing shoot-arounds, the lighting, the atmosphere on the court, you wouldn't see that on an Xbox One or a PS4. They would have melted by now. You're talking about systems overheating now. The system would have overheated before it even got out the box. It's crazy how that game actually looks, and it looks like it like overall, I was like, as I looked at it, I was like, dang, bro, this is what the 2K never had a problem in the graphic part of their game. It's always other stuff that has a problem that people have a problem with. So I knew the game was going to look good, but I was for a person that really wasn't looking for that to actually be surprised with that yesterday. I was pleasantly surprised and happy, and it does make me want to go back in and play NBA, which is definitely what that trailer was meant to do. It was meant to get you excited to go back and play the game all over again.
Yeah, that's a great point. And Chrono, I was going to ask B Muddy, like what platform do I pick this game up on? And I think you just sold me. I think I'm going to have to go with PlayStation on this one because of the I guess, what is it, the free packs? I don't even know what the packs are, but whatever. Free's good to me, right? Anything free, I'll take free.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's what you got to go where they're going to take care of you.
Wait a minute, didn't you say that the X? So yeah, you're frauding. You're frauding again here. Okay, so you don't even know how to keep up with your stuff. So you said you're buying your Xbox for your kids.
It doesn't mean I can't use it.
No. You said what system I'm going to get this system, this game on.
So I can't play the Series X or the Series X.
Enrique, just be honest, man. You will be playing your Xbox.
Let me tell you something. I paid millions of dollars in taxes.
What does that have to do? We all
just be honest with us, bro. Here. The system for you.
Look, why can't I play
you
with
the intention of letting your kids play it? I understand that, but just say it's for you first.
Why can't I use something that I bought for them?
You ain't. First of all, you ain't gonna buy a game. They don't probably even know what NBA is. They ain't even gonna pick.
They know what they know what NBA is. They watch it.
Why are you asking questions about a game that if they know what it is? If you knew what it is, you was gonna buy it regardless. But
what I'm saying. Look, here's the thing. I have options, sir. I have options.
You have options. So your kids can play it on PlayStation too, right?
I'm trying to homogenize and anticipate and articulate my options.
Well, everybody knows. Just listen to what the PK said, because sooner or later, all that stuff.
Jay, you see what I'm dealing with here, Jay?
Hey, man. Listen.
Oh man.
Hey, they gotta respect your decisions, man.
Receipts too.
What's up?
Barry be keeping receipts too, so don't let him fool you.
Yeah, a little bit sometimes.
A little bit. I literally watched the live stream. You would literally just pull up reports on people like
Jay. You like the IRS, bro. You got your audit logs, your spreadsheets out. You pull
listen, I speak from the heart, man, and I screenshot from the heart too.
Screenshotting from the heart.
Yeah, you definitely do. Yeah, no doubt. So I'm excited. B, like I haven't played 2K in a minute, man. So when I do, I will be hitting you up, B, to play some games, man.
I haven't played 2K since Chris Paul was on the cover.
Wow.
Oh, that was who's on 2K. That was was that 2K80?
Yeah.
That's the last time I really played 2K, man. I got burnt out on that franchise, but the scene,
that was
the gameplay. The gameplay, the graphics look amazing for 21, man. I'm excited for people, to get robbed and with a VC once again this year. But it does look amazing. I got to say this though, this generation, like B Money said, with the PlayStation 4 and Xbox, I think it's 2014. we saw the graphical jump there, and everybody was blown away. And they doing it again, with 2021. So
I mean that crowd. Like when I noticed the crowd, I'm like, oh my god, it's so dynamic. The
crowd did look crazy though. The crowd looked crazy. Yeah. All their eyes was like wide open. I'm like, all right, you guys look a little crazy that way.
Right. And then I didn't realize it was Mark Cuban. Now I'm like, oh, that was Mark Cuban. Like that's crazy.
Yeah. Like it
looked just like him.
That was just like a little tease. Like most people want to see what they're doing with the neighborhood, and once they show that off, it's over with.
Wow. All right, B. We're gonna have to connect, man. Once I pick it up, man.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, definitely, because I definitely want.
You don't want that smoke with B money.
Oh, B's gonna, it's gonna be bad. B's gonna make. I'm gonna end up trading in, and they'll be like, "Why are you trading this game?" And sir, B money beat my ass.
You just bought it this morning, man. What happened?
Yeah, ask B money. Ask B money. Yeah, I might have to hit up Forte for some VC Forte. I might have to hit you up for that, man. But look, I want to get to another topic here. As relates to winter is upon us. It's around the corner. And at wintertime, for those of us who don't live in the warmer parts of the country, like Mr. Eric Jackson, some of us have to keep warm in the colder months. And there's a console that might do that for you. And Gaming Forte put out a great video about this today. Forte, why don't you talk a little bit about some of the things you discussed in your video, man? By the way, check out Gaming Forte's YouTube channel, Gaming Forte.
Oh man,
you can check out this video, but there's some people who've had hands-on experience with the Series X were saying it's running hot. So Forte, what are your sources telling you, Forte?
Sources? No, the sources are all these ridiculous people out here that believe that. You know what? I'm starting to realize that all of these journalists or all of these influencers that have this stuff, they don't know how to use the stuff that they have. I'm like, where? Like, okay, so so on the Beastcast, he literally touches the SSD on the metal end after he pulls it out of the system. Everybody knows that thing is seated directly into the motherboard. And if it's seated directly into the motherboard and you touch it, it's going to be hot because guess what? Electronics hold heat, and heat doesn't move unless you cool it. And I don't care how long it's been sitting there, you gotta let it sit. He said, I just unplugged it and it's hot as heck. And I'm like, have you ever put your hand on top of your blow dryer of a PS5, a PS4 Pro? Have you ever held the back of an Xbox One X when that thing was playing something like very demanding as a game and felt all the heat that was coming off of the back of it and it made your hand literally sweat? That's kind of what these systems are going to do. And so it was just mostly the fact that they're saying that, the thing is hotter than Titan itself. It's literally gonna fry an egg on top of it. You could cook a hot dog on the system. It looks like it's literally gonna catch fire. The one funny thing for me is when the person in the article said it's violent. I was like, he said it's so hot, it's violent. And I was like, he literally doubled down on it 3 times. And I'm like, bro, I understand that you're trying to come up with a acronym to like display how crazy this actually is, but this is like, there's no news here. Now, yes, I understand why people are bringing this up as a point because yes, Xbox does have a history of their systems overheating. That literally was 13, 14 years ago. And that's going to follow with them as a company for the rest of their life. I do understand that. But for people to literally come out and make it seem like just like electronics don't get hot, like my PC's hot right now. It's my GPU is running at 56 degrees right now, doing absolutely nothing but streaming on this damn podcast. I guess I better know if I touch this GPU right now, it's going to be warm. So
56.
Yeah, what is yours running at? Yeah, 56. 40?
Yeah, mine's in the 40s right now.
Well, I'm also rendering a video, so.
Oh, I was about to say, you must be. Yeah, well, one guy said it's
PC working though.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, that means my PC actually is working. So it's doing something. Yeah, but that is, to me, it makes absolutely no sense. But then again, this always happens when PlayStation comes out with some news, and there's nothing wrong. I'm happy that PlayStation finally got a chance to see what the inside of their new system looked like. And then yesterday it was all about, people coming out saying Xbox, their stuff is overheating. And of course, that's going to make news everywhere because of Xbox's past transgressions in that. But
Forte, could it just be that it's just hot?
That's all it is. It's nothing more than that.
Like, it's just hot. Yeah.
It's just hot. I want to hear from Jake Barry, because Jake Barry, you've been hearing your friends. I consider you one of the more mild mannered, PlayStation fans that actually have a clue. So what have you been hearing over there on the pony side of everything when it comes to this stuff, sir?
Well, the same podcast.
Speak from the heart too.
The same podcast that you watch, the Beastcast, the Giant Bomb. Like I normally watch that podcast anyway. But yeah, he was talking about with the little memory card, the NVMe memory card. He said how that is super hot. Why is it so hot? But he also did say it's like he noticed that even when this thing is in standby, that this thing is a little toasty. Like he said, the whole thing is a little toasty. The console itself. It like for me personally, yeah, I'm gonna have fun with it. You know what I mean, and make my jokes here and there. But to be honest with you, it depends on where people is like, having their consoles. Because yeah, you can have your console, the entertainment set, of course. Especially with these consoles, they're putting out more power, they're doing more things. You're gonna need more space for them to to operate. So putting them in your regular entertainment spot because you don't want to buy a new entertainment set, you might have to open that thing up a little bit or put it on top of the entertainment set, right? Just to get all the air in.
You might want to open up a window, it sounds like.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the only thing that really shocked me, honestly, is that he's saying that it's in standby mode and it's still hot. You know what I mean? To me, that sounds weird. That's not even with me being a PlayStation person or nothing. That just like, that sounds a little bit odd.
Well, I think. Yeah, well, and granted, I get that, but I also know, as being a person that built PCs and built miniature PCs, like small ATX cases, the only reason that thing is hot like that is because the form factor is so small. All the mechanical parts are literally pressed up against the outside of the case. So anything like that's just what people don't realize. Is
that a fire hazard?
Yeah. No, it's not. It's a fire hazard if you put it like this. When these systems come out, you can literally, when people are posting their setups and stuff, I guarantee that you'll be able to call out the people by looking at their setup that are going to have problems with their system overheating. Because I was watching people, like I was looking at Lamar Wilson. He tweeted out a video of him having his in his entertainment system. And I was like, that's going to overheat. That thing has no room to breathe in that little cubicle that you put it in. Like you literally have it standing on its side, and it literally, from the angle it was looking like, it only has like a foot in front of it in the cabinet wall. All you're doing is blowing the air that's coming out of the system on the top back into the system because it has nowhere to go. That thing's going to overheat.
But that might be smart though, because maybe it's cold. He doesn't get good heat from his HVAC unit or whatever his heating unit.
Lord.
So now he's going to be toasty, right?
To be honest with you, I think people is going to have to treat these consoles, as far as where they place them, like PCs. You know what I mean? Where you're going to have the ample space and room for these things to breathe. But I just go along with a joke, man. I find it comical that Xbox.
The jokes are funny.
Xbox been touting, this thing is cool, it's quiet. They got the quiet part, but everybody is with the hot thing. But obviously, we know and understand that the consoles are going to get hot. It's going to put out heat. You know what I mean? So
there's no heating issue
because it's just funny because whatever camp you're talking to, like people get mad. I remember when it was being reported that the PlayStation 5 was overheating, and like the Xbox dudes were having their fun with that and running with it, and now it's like they turned out they mad, like shut up.
Yeah, you remember the PS4? How dude purposely burnt his PlayStation 4, talking about his PlayStation overheating. Dudes was legit putting a lighter to their PlayStation 4, talking about their PlayStation was heating up.
Lord, yeah.
Well, every time I play something that is just a regular game, that's a third-party game that's on a PlayStation or a PC or an Xbox, on my Switch, that thing is hot. Like, I mean, like I can't even touch it kind of hot. Like I don't even want to touch the Joy-Cons. Not that I use them trash things, but like
Lord.
The Switch runs hot. Like this is why I kind of like no one ever made a big deal about the Switch being, hot to the touch, burn your fingers kind of stuff. But I'm like, but this is a big deal now. Like this is nothing. Oh, it gets hot. Big deal. It's electronics. This is what electronics do.
Yeah, like the one thing too, Slow-Mo, a lot of people make fun of the PlayStation fan noise and all that stuff, as they should. But at the end of the day, nobody's complaining about the console's overheated. It's doing its job. It's
right, exactly. Like, do you want it to overheat and shut down, or you want it to be as loud as a jet engine, which is preferable to you?
Well, yeah, and that's the one thing.
That's the thing I was going to add. I mean, it's just like, so everyone keeps talking about it's getting hot. It's getting hot. Are they talking about the actual system itself or the exhaust? That, I mean, if that part is, if you're feeling heat coming out of the vents, well, you're supposed to. That's the whole point of it, isn't it? I mean,
it seems
expelling
like
heat to save the internals. Yeah.
And that's the thing people don't realize. Like they say, oh, it's going to be like the 360 red ring of death. I was like, well, first of all, Microsoft was smart enough not to add a red ring to the system anymore for that wouldn't happen. Like, so even if it would have happened, it's not going to happen. And I had my Xbox One X overheat before because my daughter was in the room and she was playing, and then she threw clothes above it, and I didn't realize it. And all of a sudden, the system just turned off, and I'm like, "Damn, what happened?" And I look like, "Oh shit, there's clothes on." That also lets you know that the aesthetic of your system doesn't matter once you have it for so long, because you don't even realize it, and even notice it after some time. You just pick up the controller, hit the button, and you start playing. Yeah. So. But it literally gave an error code and said, hey, shut down because of overheating, let the system cool down before you try turning it back on. Because it will literally do that in order to save its components from not, doing what 360 did. So I think that's the biggest thing. But when you look at it, ultimately, look at a PC case. It used to be a time where PCs, you could buy desks that had like the little hidden drawer where you could stick your PC inside of it and close a door so your PC wouldn't be able to be seen. When's the last time you've seen a drawer like that available for a PC? How about never anymore? Because everybody's PC is out in the open because they need extreme cooling because of all the parts that are in it. And we're talking about systems and ATX cases that are 4 and 5 times bigger than what these consoles are putting out. So if you think these systems have to be in the open, what do you think a miniature box has to be that's trying to push the same amount of power? So people just got to be smart when they think about it. But I'm kind of glad this is coming out because it's going to inform people that don't know. Don't just put your system anywhere. Just because your Xbox fit there or your PlayStation 4 Pro fit there doesn't mean you need to put these systems there.
Yo, the only thing I really worry about with the Xbox, no lie, is you guys all seen the back of the console, right? The back of the console has a whole bunch of like holes in the back, right? But the top part.
You say holes?
Holes.
I thought you said holes.
Nah, but the top part is like blocked off by this.
I was like, I'm glad I pre-ordered one.
I don't understand that design concept of the top of the back hole part is blocked off for Xbox. Why put the holes there then? If you
they got the holes at the no. Oh, you're talking about that's because that thing is sandwiched together like a sardine. Everything in there, it's like they did say that there's they said they left space for air to go through, but those parts are literally on top of each other. It's probably like centimeters of inches between each one of those
centimeters of inches. What?
Man, yeah, I know. That's completely fallacy right there. Centimeters of space. Centimeters of inches. There's definitely not inches in between those spaces.
I'm trying to calculate that in my head. Centimeters of inches.
Don't do it until your head will explode. Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do that. You gonna put that on the shirt, Slow-Mo.
Yeah, you know what? Hey, there you go. DPS, centimeters of inches. Boom.
Centimeters of inches.
I don't want that on the shirt. I'm good.
We're not that on the shirt, Slow-Mo.
Your co-host said no mas.
But see, that's the thing. It's like, like people want to go back and forth about, consoles keeping up with PCs and stuff. It's like, this is what's going to start happening. You got one that's chunky and, and wide, and you got one that's tall. It's just, you're not going to get smaller Although, you know, I mean, maybe later in the gen, they'll get a little bit more smaller in form factor, but with those components pushing what they're pushing, that they're going to always err on the side of, you know, giving them the proper casing.
Yeah. I don't even know if they get smaller depending on what the upgrade is.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I don't think they can get smaller. I don't.
Can I play conspiracy theory for a second?
Oh Lord! Okay, PlayStation Nation, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying because I mean I worked for GameStop during the heyday of the 360, so you know I remember how that was. I remember if there's one thing to be said about what Microsoft did for gaming is that they made electronics disposable, because it didn't matter how long. If it didn't matter that that Xbox extended the warranty on the Red Ring of Death.
Yeah,
people couldn't wait. People couldn't wait. They went ahead and they bought themselves another system. It made the 360 disposable, and everyone just, you know, they wouldn't wait. They just bought another one. What if? Just thinking out loud. No, I mean, you know, what if Microsoft really knows what they're doing again? I'm just saying, throwing it out there.
First of all, Terry Myerson ain't walking through that door ever freaking again, so I don't think that's going to be the case. Second of all, Microsoft, I don't think one of these systems will cost more than $1 billion to do that too. They already losing money. So what do you think if they did this with this system? You think what, $4 billion bailout on it? Come on now, and that would kill Xbox.
I'm not even saying that they give a replacement. I'm just saying that we're talking about consumers. I'm just saying that you're talking about consumers that just can't wait to replace their systems. They're just going to try and find themselves another one and buy it straight off the shelves.
Oh man, see, I don't even like the way you talking.
I'm just saying that, I mean, electronics and this is not even just PlayStation or Xbox in general. That's the way that people treat electronics nowadays, no matter how expensive it is. You know, we're talking
level though.
But I mean, a lot of people are view electronics as disposable nowadays.
My
no matter how expensive
my
it is.
Xbox went out. I'm about to go buy a new one.
Oh wow! Okay.
No, that ain't happening.
What?
Well, I can't. Anybody want to entertain what he just said?
No, I don't. I think that's
no. But to be honest, though,
of course the other PlayStation fans going to occur. Go ahead, sir.
Some of the previews, because Xbox is kind of in a controlled kind of previews that they're doing here with the Series X. So we got to wait and see it when the embargo lifts off. You know, people talking about this heat, issue. With Xbox, so we still got some time.
I mean, I don't think.
I don't know.
I really don't think.
I think it's a non-issue. Yeah, I think it's
a non-issue, but it's more. You want to hear more of it, though. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well,
can we even?
You got the class.
No, I was gonna. Barry, I love you, but you up here talking about controlled. Man, that whole PlayStation event was controlled. They couldn't even touch the systems. They wouldn't even be able to tell us if that thing was hot.
Hey, that's what. No, they did have a. If you listen to the Dengeki, 4gamer.net, the person, they got to, I guess, feel it. They said the PlayStation's running cool, But,
until somebody that you must trust them 100%. Complicity.
Dengeki, absolutely. I've been reading them for years. Absolutely.
Okay. I mean, every once in a while, corruption does pursue with some people.
But you got to be honest, though. People making fun of PlayStation. Oh, this control, like, that's nothing new that PlayStation is doing there. You know what I mean? Like, they have this system out. It's going to be a control thing. But, I find it funny that people make fun of that. But then these guys, that got Series X. Hey, I got a Series X, but I can only talk about this, and this. So what is that then?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. That people have been making fun.
They were asking Alana Pierce different questions on Xbox Gamecast, and she was like, "I don't know if I can say. Don't know if I can say that. Don't know if I can say that." But that is kind of like point, them, man.
Yeah, J-Bar is a great point. It's funny. Like, I think people have short memories because, like, a lot of people are like, "Oh, we haven't seen the PlayStation 5. That means that it's in trouble and there's production issues." And I'm like, you guys do remember PlayStation 4? No one in the media got their hands on the PlayStation 4 until a week before launch. So
Well, we saw
Yo,
this.
this
I
is-
think it's because people seen it.
I did a stream yesterday. You know what I mean? Talking to the PlayStation
2 weeks before launch, they saw it. Go ahead, J Barry.
Yeah, I did a stream yesterday talking to the PlayStation Nation. Said, why were we doubting PlayStation so much? Right? Every time we doubt PlayStation as far as what they're doing and all that stuff, this is the company that has been giving you the best games throughout a global pandemic. But when it comes to a release date and a price, we're doubting. I was like, why we haven't got a release date and a price, PlayStation? Why are you not showing games on the console, PlayStation? Oh, June hit, games being shown on the console. The next thing we go and doubt PlayStation about, where's the price in the thing, PlayStation? Next showcase hit, pricing. Oh, you gave us a price? Okay, all right, I got you now. I got you, PlayStation, I got you now. Where's the teardown, PlayStation? Huh? Teardown comes. Oh, teardown comes. Oh, where's the UI breakdown, PlayStation? Listen, they're going to do these things. They're going to break it down. They're going to talk about these things, but they obviously has a schedule plan as far as when they're going to do these things. I don't understand how people's doubting PlayStation and because of what Xbox is doing. Xbox is on a different path as far as how they want to deliver their information, because Xbox is trying to get back into good graces with their consumers, right? Or they're trying to get people attracted more to the Xbox platform. Really and truly, in my opinion, Xbox had a horrible generation, in my opinion, right?
Absolutely.
They have to do things that is bold. They have to do things that is out there to get the attraction to their platform. So they're going to do things like announcing their console at the Game Awards. Nobody saw that coming. They're going to do these things as being so forthcoming with their information. Yeah. You know what I mean? Where people's bashing PlayStation for what PlayStation always been doing. You know, right. Before I start, if you look at PlayStation 4,
he on the road. Let's go.
We didn't get a UI breakdown until a day after the console released. If you really look at it, I did the stream yesterday. So, this UI breakdown for PlayStation came out on November 14th, 2013. You know what I mean? Was anybody complaining about a UI breakdown for PS4? Yeah, we got a little snippet here and there with Shuhei at Gamescom where he scrolled through the thing, but it wasn't like a breakdown. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying we can't be down on PlayStation like that, man. They're delivering. And every question we had, they have delivered. Every question. Certain things, yes, they got to talk about. I'm not disagreeing with that, but they're going to talk about it.
Barry, I gotta ask you a question, bro.
Yeah, go
because now, like going back and say again, I love you, bro. Just I got a caveat there because I want people thinking that I don't like you, because I really do. But we got to go back to you. I understand what you're saying about you not doubting them, but even then, there's been moments during this whole situation where they haven't been saying anything that you have cracked under that pressure and said, I don't know what the heck PlayStation's waiting for. What's going on? PlayStation needs to start talking, because listen, you may not have broke as much as most people. Like you, I think it took some big things for Xbox to say, like, dude, PlayStation's being really quiet. Why are they being so quiet? Whereas a lot of other people are like asking every day, like, PlayStation needs to say something.
Yeah, so Forte, I
don't think you're in line with those people, but
I got caught up in the Xbox hype as far as what.
Don't blame it on Xbox hype, bro.
No. Real talk.
Don't blame it on Xbox hype.
Xbox has been becoming real forthcoming with their information, right? It's a beautiful thing. So as a PlayStation fan, I'm like, PlayStation need to talk about it too. But I'm not understanding that, really and truly, all the questions that we really had about PlayStation, they've been answering with all these events. But every time they answer a question, somebody has a new question because Xbox is being so forthcoming. But what I'm trying to say is that PlayStation is going to get there. They're going to talk about these things. They obviously have a schedule of where they want to talk about these things. They're not going to go right after Xbox and like, Xbox talked about backwards compatibility. I'm going to do it right after the next week. They obviously have a plan on when they're going to talk about those things. That's what I'm saying. And I had to realize it for myself too, because I'm a fan. I want the information there. I want to create the YouTube content and talk about it. But obviously, if you look at PS4, where everybody want to compare it to, they've been doing the same thing, and there was no global pandemic then.
Okay.
I mean, look, I can understand some of that, but then, I also could understand people doubting PlayStation. And here's why I can understand people doubting PlayStation. You show Spider-Man Miles Morales. You don't mention that it's coming out on PlayStation 4 until months and months later. You allow the impression that this is a PS5 exclusive to permeate because you didn't announce it when the game was coming out, all the platforms it was coming on. What's the purpose of that? It's just like, so what are you doing?
It's to focus specifically on the image that they wanted. They wanted to focus on the PlayStation 5.
And I understand why they did that, but
why they
manipulating the image because this is what you wanted is also letting the consumer know, I can't 100% believe everything you saying when you say it, because you said it's coming out on PlayStation 5. Now you didn't say it wasn't coming out on PlayStation 4, but then you also didn't mention PlayStation 4 and that it is definitely coming out on PlayStation 4. So it's just like, what's the purpose of doing this? Of course, it's to manipulate what people, the perception that people get, which is exactly what happened, because literally all summer people were saying Spider-Man Miles Morales is a PlayStation 5 exclusive, and it wasn't. And it looks like a good number of the first party exclusives for PlayStation are not PlayStation 5 exclusives. So when you're talking about, well, we believe in generations, but then you do that, it's like, yo.
Yeah, I'm in the same ballpark with you on that slow-mo, but you can also go to the other end where the same people that is supposedly having this doubt was the same people bashing PlayStation for not having these games on the PlayStation 4. You know what I mean? Where they're saying it's anti-consumer to lock these games to a platform. It's a $500 paywall. You know what I mean? But now they doubt PlayStation because they're doing what
that's also
wanting them to do.
But you also got to think about it though. This is all inherent to the thing that you were talking about. This is back and forth that absolutely doesn't look, man. It's all fun and games. I mean, we all laugh at it and stuff, but that's what feeds into this. Like, let's be for real. The reason Sony, there's a couple of reasons why Sony didn't let people know that stuff up front. They basically let it come out at the very end when they knew they had to say it, when they knew it wasn't going to hurt them as much as it probably would have hurt them if they would have did it at the same time that Xbox was saying all of their stuff, because they were looking at Xbox. They say, oh, Xbox ain't gonna have they're gonna have no exclusive next generation games, and that permeated for like a good 3-4 weeks, and that just seemed to be like one of the main reasons that you don't even have to buy an Xbox. And Sony was listening to that like, hey, well, we definitely don't have to announce that right now, so let's just keep the messaging, just like Kronos just said, let's keep the messaging where we want to keep it at until we absolutely have to say it. Now, is that, I mean, it's smart marketing. I mean, they never lied to you and said it wasn't coming, but the insinuation was this is an exclusive that you let your fans run off with, and your fans basically fought a war for you that they didn't have a right fighting because it wasn't the right information. And anybody that fights a war for a company that's that big anyway should be ashamed of themselves. Let's be for real about it.
but let me jump in. Let me jump in real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I get where Bart's coming from too, because it's like, and I've said this a few podcasts ago, I was like, 25 plus years of being in the industry and delivering, right?
Preach.
And here we go. It's like they stumbled, they did something, they had a bad message, and people are already thinking like it's done, it's a wrap, burn the house down. But I'm like, but since 2013, let's say 2015, Microsoft has been telling you to wait, showing you some features. Wait, here come the games. Wait, biggest lineup ever. Wait,
controllers.
And it's like, dudes stood by them no matter what, because that's what you do. You stand by what you want, you know, what you prefer, whatever the case may be. You had all this faith, and you still have all this faith. So why is it like Barry's saying, why are people questioning this so much, right? And I get it. And I said, these are bubble conversations that we have, right?
Hey, Eric. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
I swear to God, Rick, I'm gonna smack the shit out of you.
Hey, I was gonna ask you a question, man.
No, go ahead. I'm just joking. Go ahead.
Did you let him finish his point before you ask your question?
Like the Lord Bob of the show, man. It's like
I don't think he was playing when he said that.
No, I don't think he was either.
I think he was serious.
He put his talcum powder on his head. No, go ahead, Eve.
He was on point. He's rolling.
I ain't mad. I'm glad I shut the heck up when he started talking.
You messing up Eric's flow, man.
Go ahead, Enrique. What's the question, Enrique?
No, go ahead. Finish, man. I want to get slapped with the talcum powder, man. Go ahead.
No, but I'm just saying, a lot of the conversations that we have are like bubble conversations. Like, we definitely put more on this little Twitter community than it really, really is, right? And I've been spending some time talking to like outside friends and my cousins and stuff like that who are not at all involved with Twitter, not involved with any like social media community when it comes to that kind of stuff. They have no clue any of this is going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I hit them up. I said, so what do you think about, XYZ being on both, whatever? My cousin, like, when I get my PS5, because I have his pre-order. That's basically all he wants to know. You know what I'm saying? So we pick and pick and pick and pick at these little things like they're the biggest thing in the world, but ultimately, what do they really mean? You know what I'm saying?
Can I say something real quick too? There's everyone keeps saying there's people that are upset about moving from the PS to the PS5, and I get that. I mean, a lot of people saying that they're not taking full advantage, but unlike the difference between an Xbox One and a Series X, where really the only big difference is a graphical element and performance element, PlayStation 5 has features that will give you an experience that you can't get on the PS4. They've already talked about on Miles Morales how you'll have the haptic feedback, how you'll be able to feel the Venom blast move from left to right. They're talking about how you'll be able to feel the tension on the web, on the adaptive triggers as you're swinging. Those are experiences that you could only get from the PS5. Yeah, it seems like they're hokey little gimmicks, but it's still a different experience. It's still PlayStation leveraging the PlayStation 5 to try and leveraging the power and the abilities of the PlayStation 5 has. So it's not exactly a one-to-one, I know people are complaining, but let's be realistic. You are still going to get a different experience on the PS5.
I also remember when when Xbox came out with the adaptive triggers and said that you will feel every
impulse
step
triggers,
of the
impulse.
Yeah, impulse triggers. Yeah, impulse triggers. Yeah, thank you for correcting me. I remember when those impulse triggers was announced, and you were supposed to be able to feel every turn in the road and the gravel underneath your tires and stuff. And what happened to that?
They only use it when Forza 5 came out.
In like one of 4 or 5 games the entire generation. So I mean, I hope that's the one thing I'm hoping for the most. But that's also why I said this generation is going to be basically the performance generation, because all of these other things they're talking about are nice, but unless it's something that's tangible that you can see and feel in every game, it's just a feature that has the opportunity of not being there for the long term throughout the generation. Now, when it comes to PlayStation's first party, I expect all that stuff to be there because they're going to take full advantage of their system. But it also just comes back to, even them when it came to the touchpad, less and less use over the course of it just became a menu button at that point. So yeah, it's cool now to know that all of these features are going to be there, and I think they're going to be very exciting for the first couple of years of the system being out. I just hope that they keep up with those features, and just because a lot of people aren't using them, like you said, some people are going to buy the system for those features and they're going to enjoy those features, but over the course of a generation, if they start pulling away from them, they're going to start taking I love Snap. Like, think about it. I love the Snap feature that Xbox One had, but nobody used it. I truly enjoyed that every day. I use Snap all the freaking time. And when they took it away in the update because other people weren't using it, it pissed me off. So
I think there was also a UI thing though too. For I think they were trying to.
They were. Well, I mean, but they wouldn't have. But trust me, if people were using the feature, they would have included it in the new UI.
Yo, Forte, before I let you go and talk about Snap, Xbox Snap.
Go ahead.
Did you just damage control Xbox controller not having no goddamn features?
Xbox controller don't have any features. I'm not saying it does.
They have a share button now.
Yeah, they have a share. They have everything. Listen, man, let's be for real. When it comes to innovation on controllers, Xbox ain't that. They ain't the ones that's gonna create a new innovation on a controller. Let's be for real.
I'll say this. Forte, you bring up some really good points about the implementation of things like haptic feedback. Yeah, that's probably going to go to the wayside of the first party. We know that. But I will say this. The one thing that excites me about Sony is that, we're getting to a point where we're getting diminishing returns on visuals, right? So how else can you push the medium forward? How else do you push gaming forward? Nintendo and Sony, I think, are doing a really good job of trying to do that, because we are really hitting a point of diminishing returns in terms of visuals. Like it's not 2D to 3D anymore. It's not,
well, that's because you guys are always thinking about visuals being the new standard in something. Like the things that I see in games don't have anything to do with visuals. I just want the games to perform and run better. Look, I mean, because inherently, as games run and perform better, they instantly start looking better too, because you enjoy those games more.
But Forte, we're already at that point though. Like
no, we're not. We haven't even started that point yet. Let's be for real on console.
No,
we ain't even started that point on console, bro.
On console, no, but I mean, but PC's part of gaming, so that landscape,
console,
that but it doesn't. Okay, but gaming in general, PC's part of gaming. Like in terms of we're already there. You're right. Like console, we're not there yet. We're gonna get there.
That's all this conversation is about.
That's not. I don't think we hit that point at visuals either. You know what I mean? Yeah, games. You know, I think games have a lot of room to grow as far as visual look, because now we're just getting these quality of life updates, right, within our visuals and games, right? You know, we're ray tracing and all these big ass words with aerotropic, you know, whatever the damn word.
Well, you talk about those PC terms that you're finally going to get a chance to see on the console. I got you.
But what I'm saying, look, ray tracing. Like, a lot of stuff's not new though.
I know it's not new, but it's getting more prevalent, right? It's maturing a little bit more. And imagine now, a couple of years now, where ray tracing is not as expensive, but is more you know, streamlined as far as developers using it and all that stuff. Everybody know how to use it. That's gonna boost the visual quality of video games. So you know what I mean? Like adding those little things right there, the quality of life little updates, to me, like when I look at these games, like, oh, I see the difference. I see the difference.
But what I'm getting at, Jay, is that we're not going to see those big generational leaps like we've seen in previous generations visually, because we're at that point now where we're getting diminishing returns on visuals. And that's why I think that you see, like, as gimmick as it may sound to have maybe haptic feedback or blow into a controller, or
we're not gonna talk about blowing into a controller,
or do what Nintendo's doing, you know, with you know, like B Money said, like Nintendo's the trendsetter with controllers. You said this, B, when the Nintendo Switch came out, right? B?
Right. That's right.
I mean, what I forget your exact words, sir. What was it again with Nintendo and the controller with the Switch? I forget what you said, but I mean, you said it. You said they did it with the N64 controller, right?
That's right. They want to start the rumble.
Yep.
They want to start the basically the stick, the joystick. You know what I mean? Nintendo has always been at the forefront of, you know what I mean, with the controller. They started the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like they've always been the one to implement it, and then everybody else just kind of, you know, bring something, you know what I mean, to the table.
Bring something new to the table.
Yeah, you know, with their own flavor or whatever. But Nintendo has always been at the forefront of that.
Yeah, because it's kind of wild that, you know, PlayStation bringing in the Wii U gamepad features.
Yeah, right.
Just like I said, you know, when they were talking about the whole rumble and the damn Switch controllers.
Yeah, and the Joy-Cons.
Yeah, and the Joy-Cons. I'm like, watch, that's going to be the next feature and the next Magic Controller. And look, to have the feedback is basically the same thing.
Yeah, that one I get. I'm kind of mind blown that they took the blowing tech.
That was a little weird.
Y'all could have left that on the Wii
U. But again, it talks about a difference in philosophy, where very much Nintendo and PlayStation are about gaming as experiences, whereas Microsoft views gaming as a business. I mean, you see that in just the way that everything feels monetized, or everything. I mean, that's why they don't focus a lot on single player experiences, because you can't monetize that as easily. You know, even though they probably realize now that they can make some sort of money off of it now that they have Bethesda. But I mean, but
I'm about to say, be for real. Xbox has always been about multiplayer, though, since 2001 when Xbox Live was a thing.
And that's how they got in trouble with Scalebound. Because I'm like, what world did Platinum Games ever show you that they can do multiplayer on that level?
Exactly.
Well, I mean, and you look at
you had the wrong dev player.
Like Sunset, when Sunset Overdrive came out, I said to myself, that is the most PlayStation-looking Xbox game I've ever seen. So, I mean, and it showed. I mean, the game didn't sell on the Xbox. I mean,
it was a good game though.
Oh, no doubt. I'm not saying that it wasn't a good game. I'm just saying that it didn't. The audience wasn't there for it, and again, it just goes into the design philosophy, and actually, this goes into also what Jay said about just the overall approaches. You know, tying it back to what you were saying about the marketing and marketing element. PlayStation is all about controlling the conversation. Did we not give you information? Yes, but guess what? You guys were still talking about us. I mean, and that's the reality of it. And the thing is, we weren't going to do anything. We wanted to give you production value. We wanted to give you the difference between our presentation, where everything was pre-recorded, edited nicely, and gave you that big show feel, or you get Microsoft's Zoom meeting, and everyone waiting. It's like, oh yeah, and that's the difference in our approach. We wanted to give you a polished presentation, whereas Microsoft was going for a more organic, talking heads kind of presentation.
Yeah, you're getting way too comfortable now. I see.
I'm just saying that Microsoft has a different approach to the way PlayStation approaches things.
I mean, that's a fair point. I mean,
to be honest, PlayStation, they innovate. Microsoft, they just meeting the status quo. That's all it is.
I don't agree with that, Jay. I would not agree with that, Jay.
I'm not going to say anything.
Look at their. I'm talking about gaming. I'm talking about the gaming. Look at the games.
Are you talking about the games, or are you talking about like?
No, you just made a general statement, basically, right?
Yeah, you didn't say games. You said.
I was going to sit here and say, because it seems like what they were talking in 2013, they actually got there and looked like everything's headed in that direction. So they were 7 years ahead of everybody when it came to that. They just talked about it at the wrong time.
Not even, because DRM and all that stuff was already implemented from PS3. Once digital gaming media came in, there was DRMs where they limit you as far as how many copies and licenses you can use for the game. Microsoft just want to capitalize. Microsoft wanted to monopolize that DRM and tell you that your physical edition is also being treated like a digital edition. That was the issue. That's what people get misconstrued with the whole DRM Microsoft wanted to do. They wanted to change the way how you treated a physical disc, and they wanted to make it feel like it was a digital disc, limit you what you can do with that disc. And people wasn't with that. You know what I mean?
Hey, real quick, guys. Jay, I don't mean to interrupt you. I got to get this super chat real quick. From TEZ83. He says, Jay Barry, let's go PlayStation, Sony 65-inch X950H on the way.
Yo, them things on sale, man. Yo, I'm still contemplating, man, if I should cop it or get the CX. All I know
about in the chat too with B Money, I think. Go ahead, Jay.
All I know, I have a monitor that I pre-ordered. It's coming in December. It's a 4K monitor with HDMI 2.1 and all that. It's looking good, and I want to see how that monitor is before I even buy a next TV. And I also want to wait for CES as well, just to see what new TVs is coming. But we'll see.
Yeah, B, what have you heard about that TV, man? Because I think we talked about this in the DM, man.
Yeah, man, that 950 and that 900 series TV, that's a pretty good TV. You know what I mean? And it's at a great price right now. I think the 65.
Both the 950 or the 900, they're both good TVs, you said?
Yeah, both of them are good TVs. I think the 950 is the newer one with the 2.1. And I think you get the 65 for like $1,000 right now. So that's a great deal.
Yeah, the 65 is like
what's the refresh rate on it?
120.
120.
Woo! Mm.
Yeah, I think the new TVs have game mode. So
yeah, they said they PlayStation 5 ready. There's going to be a patch updates coming. I think when the PlayStation 5 hits, and you'll be able to run the game 4K 120.
Yeah. But guys, seriously, some great points made here. I thought Forte made some great points with regards to the haptic feedback. I hope that's utilized, but like Forte said, we have evidence that doesn't happen all the time either. But one can hope, right? One can hope.
Yeah, one can hope. That's all I'm hoping for.
Yeah, one can hope for sure. You know,
I'm hoping they give us more of these freaking headsets so people can stop asking me when they coming back in stock.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you that, Forte, because I should have got it pre-ordered.
Well, I did hear that, and I heard this from a couple of different places, that it looks like a lot of these retailers, why they're not doing pre-orders, is because they're trying to hold stock for day one. I think it's at a certain point.
Gotcha.
I think it's at a certain point where they want to give as many people a chance to get them as possible. And if you do pre-orders, yeah, you're still giving people a chance. But I think if you give people a chance day one to get it, I think it will probably go over a little bit better for people, because at that point they're like, well, at least I know that they're going to be some available, and I just got to get there early enough to get one. So that's what it looks like it's going to be for all of these systems. So don't be surprised if pre-orders don't open back up again.
Yo, I'm camping out. I'm camping out, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to get another one, and I need that headset too.
Yeah, I mean, there's no worse feeling than, you know what I mean, trying to get something day one, and then you show up and they're like, oh, it's all sold out.
Yeah,
like, what the hell?
My goal is to get there like around 12 a.m. the day before, right? And because I'm off that whole week, that PlayStation, Xbox off, come out, I'm off work. I took off, baby. I'm good.
Jay, man, you greedy, man.
Hey, man, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Hey, man, it's
not wrong with being greedy.
You want to be valuable. I try to tell people.
To be honest with you, my PS5 is secure, but my family, they want one too. So, you know, I was like, all right, if I can get it.
You can't be buying all these. No, come on, let's be for real, Barry. What's going on here, bro? Let's be for real. How many copies of 3D of Mario did you pre-order?
What 3D Mario? I only got one. I'm on my Switch right now. I got the digital version. You know what I mean?
Oh, so you're gonna sell your Switch for an extortionate price when that Pro comes out because it's got the game on it?
Oh, if the Switch Pro comes out, that thing is gone. That thing is gone.
I'm with you 100%.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Guys, I did want to touch on
ahead.
something. I know this is like it was said a little bit further back, but when we were talking about diminishing returns and visuals, I think a little differently about that. I do agree that we're going to see advancements visually, but not so much like the gaps in advancement that we saw in previous generations to now. It's not as large, but I do think that the gap between AAA and AA, as far as how you can look at a game and be like, yeah, that's definitely a AA game based off of the visuals and how easy it is or difficult it is to get that AAA level of visuals. That gap will start to shorten as we're seeing the advancements in like DLSS and machine learning. And you just look at some of the features of Unreal Engine 5 and knowing that like a development team or a portion of a team that will be doing, say, just the textures on the walls or in the environment, that 5 guys could do a job that would have taken 50 previously. And that's allowing these developers to be able to make these kind of high quality games with smaller teams, so that maybe some of these AA games will start to look amazing, you know. And so it's like just more and more we're going to start to see that become the norm, and not necessarily like, oh well, you know, it's when you see some bugs and glitches and ugly animations, you're like, yeah, it's a AA game, you know. I'll allow it, you know. Now you know, we start having higher expectations.
So how far into the gen do we get the holy shit moment?
Oh, probably. I'm thinking probably next year.
You think so? Next year?
Absolutely.
Yo, I think
God
we
of War
might see that
next year.
I think we might see that with God of War
and Horizon.
Yeah, you know, maybe Horizon as well. Yeah, but I think it's coming.
I mean, because regardless of the visual, resolution and stuff like that, I mean, art design does play a big and important thing in it. And, you know, even on the PS4, you cannot argue that Horizon Zero Dawn is an ugly game. It is a freaking gorgeous game. Right. And when you pump it into a PlayStation 5, I could just, you know, imagine. I mean, hell, even for me, like just seeing the trailer that they had for Miles Morales, I mean, I got goosebumps as he was holding that bridge together, but you know, maybe that's just because I'm a Spider-Man fan. So I don't know.
Yeah.
You weren't alone. You weren't alone.
Yeah.
That was an awesome, kind of, not say typical Spider-Man, but like a great Spider-Man moment.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Let me get the super chat real quick, guys. TEZ83 again says Sony 65-inch X9 900H is $916. Sony 65X9 950H is $989. Both are 120 hertz at Best Buy. Sony 65 750 at $699. Samsung 65 8,000 or $699 and Samsung 65
the 8,000 series went down. Yeah. Super.
I might need to upgrade a TV.
Yeah, I mean, I've been looking at the OLED. So, but I think it was B or Eric brought up the Sony's in the live chat. I'm like, or in the DM, Brap DM. I was like, So, I might not go on the OLED because I'm also looking to upgrade the PC. But anyhow, hold on a second, guys. Trying to get this super chat down. It's not working. Oh, here we go. All right. PlayStation 5 teardown. We saw screwdrivers and people got scared of screwdrivers. We got a solution here. Brap, hit my man Slow-Mo PS5 install service. He's running a special, right, Slow-Mo?
Yep. The special is I will show you how to use your TV remote. That's the first special. The second special is I will set the time on your VCR. That's another one. I got another special where I'm gonna show you how to screw in your own light bulb. So I like you choose one of those three. And then at the end of it, I give everyone a complimentary coloring book and crayons.
Oh my God! All right.
Wait. Two questions. Slow-mo. Two questions, Slow-mo. Mm-hmm. Will you set the timer? Will you set the time on a microwave instead of VCR?
Yeah. It's either or. Okay. Whichever works for the customer. I know they, if they can't, use a screwdriver to switch the base of the PlayStation 5, I just assume they got a lot of other ish in the house that needs to be taken care of. And so I'm just going to, I like to help people out. So I'm going to go ahead and just like look around the house like, I see that, none of your doors can close. Let me show you how to do that. Just little stuff that can help.
So in the name of Platinum, what is the, because PlayStation and Platinum, of course, what is the Platinum service you offer, sir, and how much does it cost?
It's amazing that you asked that question. So that the Platinum service, I also assume that if you can't do something as simple as switch your PlayStation 5 from vertical to horizontal, that you're also probably not pleasing your wife very well. So the Platinum service,
no, that's messy.
So the Platinum service, the pipe will be laid.
So is this the entanglement special? Is that what that is? The entanglement?
It's a good one.
Oh shoot! All services under this branch. DPS podcast does not support or even condone any of the things that just came out of its co-host's mouth.
Now I really know what DPS stands for.
Oh Lord!
All right. Let's get back on topic here.
God.
Oh my God, hey, if you guys want to hear more of this comedic banter, check out DPS podcast, which is in the descriptions, link below. Check Forte's Slow-Mo show out last night, please. It's a great show, but I can't even think. Oh my God!
What were you? This is about a screwdriver.
Supposed like if you can't get to stand up or down, I'm gonna. Oh my God, that's crazy. All right, I'm in tears. Seriously, I got tears coming to my eyes. All right, so we have a PlayStation 5 teardown finally, and a couple things that stood out for me with the teardown of the PlayStation 5. One was Slow-Mo just talked about the the unscrewing of the little platform plate there.
One should be that this thing is large. It's pretty tall.
Well, yes, that's the other thing. This thing is pretty. This is the biggest console ever made. It's pretty big. It's pretty damn big.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but the screw, and then, they actually I saw people saying, "Oh my god, well, what if I lose the screw?" Well, it's dummy proof. They have a compartment for the screw, which you can store the screw in. Just don't let your kids know where that's at, because that could be another issue. I think of myself when I think of that, but couple tidbits here. USB ports. I thought this was really cool. One of which is a Type-C connection. The rest are the older, Type A standard USB ports. I think the Type A ports 2, I believe on the rear, provide USB 3.1 supersede 10 gigabytes per second connections. Well, the one on the front is a USB 2.0 high-speed connection of 480 megabytes per second. Obviously, the system has an Ultra HD Blu-ray drive, and power supply draws about 350 watts of power. PlayStation 5 does have Wi-Fi 6, which is pretty cool, and Bluetooth 5.10 wireless connections. We saw the SSDs, we saw the CPU, we know it's RDNA 2. We saw the actual vapor chamber for cooling. That heatsink is freaking massive, and it has liquid metal in there too, which apparently some people are canceling their pre-orders and making it official. That liquid metal is
really
dangerous.
People's canceling.
Yeah, well, one person. I'm just making fun of this person because he had to make it official on Twitter. Like, okay,
did he?
Yeah, he did. Someone did actually do that.
Oh Lord.
Yeah,
that's only dangerous if you're the one that's putting it on and you don't do it correctly.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Forte, for clarifying that. By the way, and then the thing with the screwdriver. And by the way, we have Slow-Mo's place.
That was a nice looking screwdriver too. Let's be.
That was a very nice looking screwdriver.
And Barry, that does come with the. And they did confirm that does come with it.
The screwdriver.
Yes,
the screwdriver does come with it. Okay, when I saw the screwdriver, when I saw the screwdriver, I was like, man, I hope that screwdriver comes with it, because I want that just to, it'd be like the little keepsake that stands right next to your PlayStation dock that you're never going to use again, because once you put it in the orientation, you're not going to touch it again.
Yes. And by the way, Forte does sell at his local GameStop replacements.
I do
for that screwdriver. So.
They may not represent the exact one that they showed in that stream.
Yeah, I didn't think that there's much. Okay, so people are making it kind of a big stink about having to pull the covering open, unscrew, to access the SSD bay, where you can install a PCIe 4.0 base M.2 drive. I don't know.
Yo, anybody saying that, Enrique, man, they just expose themselves that, yeah, they might have bought a PlayStation, but they don't really play on that PlayStation, because we've been doing this for years on PlayStation. Right. You've been getting a screwdriver and you've been hammering away to get into that PlayStation to put whatever you want to put in there as your hard drive and whatnot, man.
I will say this though, Jay, in fairness, I mean, it is, from a time constraint perspective, it's easier to plug the hot SSD, as we talked about earlier, the hot Seagate, into the back of a USB port, as opposed to, taking maybe, because that probably takes like 30 seconds, as opposed to like maybe
30 seconds to plug that in.
No,
okay, maybe less than that.
Wait a minute,
5 seconds.
Wait, so are you basically Slow-Mo basically just? No, Slow-Mo is basically saying, are you going to need his services?
I'm like, I'm going to put
Slow-Mo.
I don't want the platinum service, Slow-Mo.
Slow-Mo, you didn't understand what he's saying. He said you got to open the thing first. And
yes, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. Yes, you got to open it up.
You got to wait for all of that.
My email mailing list. Like, what's going on, man?
And again, real talk. This is again Twitter bubble stuff, because on one hand, anybody who's been on here talking all this stuff about, I want to see a breakdown, I want to see this, I want to see that.
Yeah.
You should know how to open up a PlayStation and put that SSD in it. That's what you want to do to expand your storage. Right. Yes, it's easier to pop one in the back of the Xbox, but let's be real. Again, the people outside of the bubble are not about to go spend $200+ to upgrade anything in a console. They're gonna rock with the memory that they have. If they can't plug something in, like a standard portable hard drive that runs like $50-$60, they're done. They'll work with what they have. Yep, and if they feel like they need to expand, they're gonna call one of us, Slow-Mo service, EJ service, whatever, and come over and expand, like I did my cousin's PlayStation when I popped his 2 terabyte in for him. you know. And I only did that because I convinced him that he should do it.
How long that took you there to put that 2 terabyte in there?
20 minutes, if that, 15, 20 minutes.
I don't take that long.
What?
I said it doesn't take that long.
It's not. No. It don't take that long at all. I mean, the instructions are right there on the PlayStation Fact. If you know, actually, the longest part of the bar, you know this too. The longest part of it is not even putting the drive in. It's
doing the
reinstalling the OS.
Yep, it's doing the OS. Yep.
And if you guys here in the bubble don't know how to do that, then y'all need to stop talking like y'all Digital Foundry.
And that's the part. That's the part that it's pretty much eliminated with the PS5. You know what I mean? You're not going to be redoing the OS.
Yeah, real quick, can you say that again, man? What you said about if you can't do that,
can't figure it out, then stop acting like they're Digital Foundry.
Yes. Yeah. Well said.
Yeah, and especially these guys who've been bragging about their PCs.
Yo, that's exactly what
because that's the issue I had this morning when I made that tweet. I was like, hold up. I know I put my PC together, and I'm a tech guy, and all these kind of dudes weren't out here talking about a damn screwdriver, like and just something simple as changing the base of their PlayStation, or I gotta take this off and put in this M.2 SSD. I'm like, bruh, you really exposing yourself because if you built your PC like you said you did, that's nothing.
That's
absolutely nothing.
Yeah, and they made the base. Here's the funny thing: they made the base foolproof. There's a mechanism inside to put the screw in when you flip it around. And I'm like, then I asked the question like, who's changing the base that much?
Yeah, who's gonna yeah, exactly. And I like the fact that you can actually take the base off and you can put it on the side and do that. Where that's Xbox, honestly, they have the easier things to do as far as placing your console vertical or horizontally and the SSD expansion. Mm-hmm. But when I look at the Xbox sideways, you can't remove the damn stand that you're gonna be looking at for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Like, they should have the option to take that off too, right? In my personal opinion, but
yeah, it looks like a coaster stuck to the bottom of it.
Yeah, I don't see the issue what's going on here where people make the biggest complaints about the simplest things, man.
Yeah, that's basically what it's coming down to, man. It's like we're gonna argue no matter what and try to prove. And I'm like, who are you trying to prove it to? Like, who the better company is? Who are you trying to convince?
Yeah, because you're
in the bubble, so everybody here is thinking the same anyway.
Once you put that stand in there, as far as how you want it vertically or horizontally, yeah, you're not. When you gonna go back next week? You know what? Next week I want to put it vertically. Now let me unscrew. Nah, you're not.
The PS4 had the same thing. If you wanted to stand it and put it on its plate, you had to screw it in.
I have a question. Oh, I was gonna ask you.
Oh, kid just walked in here.
Oh, don't worry. And she's asking you about the PlayStation 5.
Oh, they said you asked about PlayStation 5. Are you excited for PlayStation 5?
Yeah. And I think Fortnite's gonna be. I think everyone's gonna be
Fortnite.
Fortnite's going to go PlayStation 5 alert.
Oh, boy.
Okay. She's playing Overwatch right now because she's tired of Fortnite. Unfortunately, thank God.
And to be honest with you, I'm happy that the actual stand is coming. In the box, because just like you brought up the PlayStation 4 stand, yeah, they marketed with that stand, but that stand wasn't in there.
No, it wasn't. But even then, you had to screw that stand in. It just wasn't part of, like you said, the part of the original purchase per se. But I just think it's blown out of proportion. Like, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I get it. Like I said, it's 5 seconds to install. The SSD, the Seagate SSD to the back of the Xbox Series X. But in reality, like most people, like Eric said, most people aren't going to be spending $200 on upgrades, storage upgrades on either one of these consoles.
What is it? 220 for the Xbox name?
220 for the
220. Yeah. And Slow-Mo, do we have any? Sony hasn't given us the approved list of
not yet.
M.2.
Yeah.
No, but I'm assuming they're probably going to be around the same price. Like,
they take the different size ones though, because if you look at it was a diagram that was put out on Twitter today where when he opened up that drive bay, it looks like it supports all the different standard sides for the M.2. So thought that was pretty interesting when I saw it.
Yeah, I think they'll probably end up being around the same price. So it's
they're definitely going to be the same price.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll probably be a little cheaper just because they're not proprietary to the unit. You might be able to get them on some type of discount. Be on the lookout for Black Friday because memory is going to go down in price this holiday. So if you do pick up your system day one, if you live next to a Micro Center on Black Friday, you might be able to get a Gen 4 one for at least $40 to $50 cheaper than they normally are.
Yeah, because I was looking at the Evo one. I saw an article saying that that's compatible with PlayStation, even though PlayStation had officially said nothing.
You mean the 980 Evo?
Yeah, and that's like $10 more than the Xbox. But
there was someone saying that there's a faster Gen 4 than the Evo out there. I think it's made by what are their names? Saber. I can't remember.
Oh,
Saber.
Yeah. Apparently they have like something. The 4 Pro. I can't remember what it's called, but it's apparently supposed to be faster than Samsung's 980. I got in my PC. I got a 970 Evo Plus, which is pretty nice. I like it. All my games load up like extremely fast, and if that 980 is definitely faster than mine, and then the Saber's even faster than that, then yeah, I might just cop one of those eventually. But I'm still kind of like in that mind frame of just uninstall your games, yo. Like I mean, you don't need to have like
300 games
3
on there.
terabytes of storage, man. Just beat the game, uninstall it.
Hey, yo, I'm that dude, bro. I beat a game, I'll platinum a game, and I ain't installing that bad boy. I'm leaving that thing right there when I want to get to it. I want the storage, man.
You are a digital game hoarder.
Exactly.
You're a hoarder, Barry.
I am. I don't deny it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be kind of heavy though next gen, man.
Yo, you ever get to those times where you want to delete your games and be like, damn, man, but I had so much fun playing you, man. Why would I want to delete you?
Oh no. As soon as I finish,
I do it on
I'll be
PC
like,
all
man,
the time.
that was cool. Goodbye. Immediately. That was cool. Goodbye.
Yeah. But you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that urge, man. Yo, look, Final Fantasy VII. I could have easily deleted that game, right? But I'm like, yo, I want to start my 4th playthrough, and I can just boot it up. You know what I mean?
But
if I still have the mind frame that I'm going to play it again, so like I still have Final Fantasy VII Remake installed on my PlayStation because I intended on playing it on the hardest difficulty and playing through it again. I didn't finish it just because I got busy with other stuff, but that's why it's still installed. Now, once I finish that, it's a wrap. It's gone. I'm done. Like if I decide to platinum it, which is still a possibility, then I might keep it. But yeah, otherwise, usually when I'm done with a game, it's like the Last of Us Part 2. Finished it. I said, okay, interesting story. I would have chose some different choices with how it flowed, but enjoyed that game. Awesome. Uninstalled. Moving on. Like it's just. That's the way I flow with things. It's like I rather just save the space for something else, because the one thing I can't stand is when I'm about to install a game and I'm getting all excited and then I realize I ain't got space and I'm like, mother.
But that might become
how many terabytes you get, you're gonna end up running out of space regardless.
Yeah,
that might become a non-issue. So like the biggest issue that we have is waiting for that install. That's the biggest thing. I mean, with this next generation, they're talking about how installation is supposed to be quick. So, whether it be like, PlayStation, I think people forgot, but, PlayStation talked about, partitioning your installation. So you're only installing a certain part so that you're into the game quicker. Microsoft just announced that they're doing the same thing. Yeah. So, the whole point of us having to wait for installation, I mean, that may be a non-issue with this next generation, hopefully. So
that's true.
Yeah,
for people. So erase your games from your hard drive is basically what we're trying to say.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Sometimes I like looking at my folders and just scrolling, man. Like, yo, look at these beautiful.
Bari, go to library. Go to the library. Look at purchase. You can do the same thing.
Look at purchase. That's true. You know what? Because I was gonna say, Bari, because I do the same thing. But now that Slow-Mo said that might be what I do. Like, if I want to see my library we go to purchases. Let's go.
But you know what's funny though? I don't have no games installed actually on my internal hard drive.
I don't either. I just moved them all off.
Yeah, external. I got like 200 and something games on my external. Man.
Yeah, I just moved all my games off my external hard drive over the last 2 days to get ready for this.
So we're talking about the the teardown and everything like that. And one of the big things that everyone, at least I was seeing throughout Twitter, was the whole how easy it is to remove the side panels. And everyone's talking about now I can get these custom side panels. Where was that energy for the 360 and the PS4 when you could replace this? You could do the same thing. Yeah.
Me and you talked about that the last time you were in the store. I was like, bro, I said, if this, because remember the leak came out from the warehouse where they actually were manufacturing the case at. And I was like, bro, if those things snap off like I think they are, it's going to be a gold mine.
But where was the energy for the PS4 and the Xbox 360 where they had replaceable faceplates too? I like that. Everyone says they want it, but they never buy the shit. So I just it gives flexibility. That's great, but come on, people. Let's see that energy. Let's see you actually buy that stuff. Don't talk about how it's a great idea and then don't buy the shit.
The one thing that Sony could do to leverage is instead of having consoles, they can just release those faceplates when big games come out.
Yeah,
that's what I think they're going to do. That's what I think they're going to do.
That'd be pretty hot. Hey guys, I gotta get some super chats here. Rate the Emperor with the $2 super chat says, I'm a hoarder as well. I got 89 games on my PlayStation 4.
There you go.
Bounty Boom with the $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. Says question with the digital console. Since they didn't do the digital console teardown, do you think it's a lot different inside the system?
No. The only difference would be just the drive, the actual.
Yeah, it's just the same. So. The only difference is that part where he took out the Blu-ray drive, that just would not be there. It just wouldn't be present. And then the outside plate would just look different because it's not taking into account that space, the space that's needed for that. So that's it. Yeah. Everything else is going to be the same.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I saw what's his name? Damn, I'm drawing a blank. Anyway, I saw it on Twitter, like talking about how well insulated the actual Blu-ray drive is. So hopefully that won't be too noisy, like spinning and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, Shinobi highlighted it. Sorry, I don't know why.
I was about to say Shinobi's the one who highlighted it. Yep. Yeah. Because I saw him tweet that earlier.
Yeah, but they can get busy with those plates, man. Back on that, like I can see already, like there's gonna be probably a whole aftermarket for that. People selling plates and sizes and stuff like that, different looks.
Oh yeah, especially
their own custom plate.
I tell you, Matte Black is gonna be on deck right off the rip.
Yeah, you already know the vibes.
I think I'm gonna sand down the case on both sides, get some primer, get some black gloss, and just go over it. Do it myself.
Slow-mo, are you gonna provide a service of vacuuming out their systems too?
They do have a ditch capture.
Hey, that might actually be a part of my silver package. Where I might actually
is the pipe part of the silver package?
No, that's the platinum. That's the platinum.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You laying pipe.
I sure hope Slow-Mo's wife
is a premium service that can only only very few can experience that.
Okay. Oh yes. Okay. Yeah. All right. You know what, gentlemen? Yeah. All right. So look. Look, I'm excited for next generation. We are almost 4.5 weeks away from launch of next gen consoles. This is exciting. It's great stuff. Looking
34 days away, baby.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. So I can't wait.
It's pretty much here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. I can't believe it. 7 years just flew by so fast.
And there's still stuff we don't know.
Yeah, there's still stuff. Exactly.
And there's still stuff we don't know about these systems, and they're 34 days away.
Yeah. I can't wait to play some of these games. Really looking forward to Spider-Man Miles Morales, Demon's Souls, NBA 2K.
What are you looking forward to on your Xbox Series X?
Destiny,
honestly,
Destiny 4K 60 frames per second with my homeboys.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, if Destiny, I guess.
Oh,
you
so
know, I mean,
Forte, you're excited for the same experience you already have on your PC.
No, it ain't the same experience.
It is.
It
is. It is the same
The same exact experience.
No,
the
it's
same
not.
experience.
No,
Forte,
when I
the same
feel like I'm
experience.
gonna throw up when I go from 60 frames on PC to 30 frames on console, then it's definitely
What
not
he
the same
statement
experience.
he made was you're looking forward to the same exact experience that you had on PC.
Well, that's
which
all that
is
we have
true.
available on Xbox
Except
right now, sir.
at lower frame.
But you know what?
Because
You know
you're
what?
playing at a lower frame still
You know
on
what?
Xbox.
But you know what? Guess what, Slomo? What system did I make sure that I pre-ordered day one and make sure I got though?
I don't know what is that.
I got a PlayStation pre-order, don't I?
Yo, you ain't even gotta say that, man. You ain't gotta say that for the damage control. Just enjoy your Xbox.
Oh no, damage control. Wait, hold up, bro. I probably have a PlayStation longer than you have, sir. What are you talking about?
That is.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro. How many PlayStations have you owned?
That is false information. I've owned every single PlayStation 4.
How many PlayStation 4s have you owned, sir?
I've owned 2.
I own 4. How many PlayStation 3s have you owned?
I've owned 3.
I own 3, so we're tied there. We're not gonna go all the way back through our gaming history on PlayStation and stuff like that. But sir,
is owning the same as playing though?
I'm saying this. A lot of
that's because I play more on Xbox though. That doesn't mean
a lot of people will use this damage control as far as like.
Look, I mean.
I'm getting a PlayStation 2. Like, it's okay, man. Enjoy your Xbox. It's all right. Just enjoy that.
Oh no. Look, I actually played a game that I want to play on my PlayStation, which was God of War, and I played it and beat it, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
Look, real talk. Like,
best game of the generation. Let's be for real.
Like Barry, if you're asking me, like you said, like what am I like? Yeah, there's not a next gen game per se. I guess that I'm like I can't wait. Like and I share the story. Like when I went to GameStop, they're like, what do you want to order for the Series X? I'm like, nothing, because it just wasn't anything I wanted to order. Doesn't mean that it's bad.
Is the medium day one?
No,
I don't.
They haven't announced.
You know what? I don't know, because every Xbox guy I asked the same question to, they say the medium. So I don't know if they know something.
It's in the launch window.
It's in the launch window.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And scoring.
The medium
well, I mean, like I said, for me, like Barry, the reason I'm getting my PlayStation day one is because I was able to get a hands on one, and it's just like the PlayStation 4. Like I didn't really have anything to play on my PS4. I mean, I played a couple of the games. I played Killzone and stuff like that, but I bought it because I knew there was a God of War coming, and that's that one thing that we always say about, even on this show, we always say, look, man, a lot of us might like Xbox, but to go against PlayStation, say that they haven't deserve the accolades that they got throughout the generations, and people saying that their games are the reason that people already decided to buy their next system. Like when I played God of War, I knew after beating it, I was buying a PS5. So even if God of War doesn't come, and I don't think it's coming out next year. I think that was basically just to get people hyped up. I think that's a 2022 game. But even if it does come in 22, I'm still going to have my PlayStation day one, and I will be playing that game the moment it comes out. But until that happens, I'll enjoy my Xbox and play Destiny until Xbox decides to give me something, I guess.
Man.
It's nothing wrong with that, though, Barry.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
we'll play Ratchet and Clank. We'll play Ratchet and Clank and stuff in there, too.
I'm going to be honest with you. When it comes to this generation, when I know everybody going to beat me up, but when it comes to the Xbox side of this generation coming up, you guys are more excited for these older and current games, man. Like, I don't hear nobody talking about the new stuff, man. Like, that's kind of crazy that you sell out $500.
Well, I'll tell you this, and I can only speak for myself. Being a person, the one thing that Xbox has done is generalize a lot of the stuff that's going on their platform and push a lot of people to PC. I always had a really good PC, but I never used it. I was like, if it wasn't for just messing around and making videos, I didn't play games on my PC. I always played them on my Xbox. But until Xbox made it a viable thing and say, oh, all our games are going over here, cross-platform play and all this other stuff, then you start diving into that ecosystem. It makes you kind of tempers the expectation down. Like, well, you don't have to have the Xbox. But then I have friends that don't want to play on PC. And that's the main reason why I still play on Xbox. Like, I'll be the first one to tell you, if I can get Luca, I can get Taz to play Destiny with me on PC, then we won't have to have an Xbox because Xbox is giving us everything over there. But my enjoyment in gaming isn't just tied to just the experiences that I have by myself. And that's the thing that Xbox gave us throughout the generations. You know, that community, that sense of wonder that we have when we boot up a game and play with other people in different ecosystems and stuff in the games that we like. That's the things that kind of entice me to want to keep playing in the Xbox because I know that's where all of those experiences are for me. Just like for you, PlayStation, you learn a lot of stuff. How many of your friends that are your best friends right now you met on your PlayStation?
You're making the Series X sound like an expensive Facebook.
It is an expensive Facebook. Let's be real.
When people say ecosystem on Facebook, they mean party chat.
I'm gonna pay $500 like a party chat.
Yeah, when you talk to my friends are there, and that's why I party chat.
Like, I mean, but let's be for real.
We're just jokes.
But let's be for real.
You can sit in a party on any Xbox VCR.
Yeah, you can do that on any system. You don't have to have it.
Because Slow-Mo, the app damn sure don't work that well. I tried that the other night, man. It kept shutting off.
Oh no,
that app is terrible.
Shout out to All Day. Every time he tries to come in the party with us from PC, he's like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I was like, bro, just get that. Just hook your Xbox up, bro. No, I'm not hooking up my Xbox.
Now, that's something. He should be able to get that right, man. I've never had party chat issues on PC. That's weird.
Man. He has it. It happens every once.
He needs a screwdriver.
Oh Lord, but that's what I think it is. Like everybody has a reason why they play on the platforms they play on. Mine just happens to be friends, and if you're not that type of person, then that's fine. But you know, that's why I don't get mad at people for saying where they play at. Because first of all, it's juvenile as hell to get mad at somebody for where they play at. Second of all, it just comes down to what everybody loved the system at some point in life. I used to love PlayStation, but for something, Halo came out and multiplayer kind of grabbed me by the horns, and it's always been synonymous with Xbox. And for me, that's where I just stick with.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, guys, I had super chat, and then we got to wrap up the show here. TEZ83 says, Jay Barry, don't take that. Ask him what new games he's playing day one. But I think Jay did ask him.
He did. It ain't no games.
Did bring up
no new games.
You know, man, you're not interested in Falconeer?
You said what?
You're not interested in the Falconeer?
No. What? I'm gonna play it. I'll have access to it though.
All right. Yeah. All right. Want to give a big shout out to everyone in the live chat. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with us this evening. Definitely appreciate the support as always. Big shout out to Pickin' Fusion, who got the $25 PlayStation digital code, so we can go out, use that towards buying a game, whatever he wants to do with it. But congratulations,
Cyberpunk.
Or Cyberpunk,
just Cyberpunk being come back next week.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. We try to do giveaways every week. Typically do like $25 gift card giveaways for both Xbox and PlayStation. Yeah, want to get back to the community. Exactly. Forte. Unlike no, I'm not gonna say that. So want to give a big shout out again to everyone in the live chat. Thank you so much. Hit that like button. Come on, we had over 200 people watching. We're at 52 likes. Hit that like button. If you're new to the show, subscribe. Definitely appreciate that support. Want to give a big shout out to our guests this evening, Jay Barry, and we got one more super chat here. We got Bounty Boom with the $5 super chat. I agree with Forte. I'll play PlayStation exclusives, and I'm done. Is sitting until one more come out. I don't play no multiplayer on the PlayStation.
People stocking on PlayStation multiplayer, man. We get busy over there.
Yeah, well, I know y'all do, man. I mean, I threw a challenge out to your co-host Persona on trying to see if he's gonna answer it in that Destiny.
Oh, Persona gets down in Destiny. Yo, look,
tell him I'm ready for him.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell y'all something, man. When it comes to these multiplayer games, man, we get busy. We always streaming them. You know what I mean? People come through and they're like, damn, I thought you only played RPGs. You go and get your ass clapped. That's what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to multiplayer game, especially if I like it, I study, I analyze it. Yeah, I stopped playing Destiny 1 because I felt like that game was just way too easy. I was bodying people in Destiny. And I just stopped playing.
It'd be like the misconception that there's no multiplayer going on the PlayStation side.
Oh, there's multiplayer going on.
The misconception. I mean, think about it. Like they got a huge player base. Where do you think people are playing multiplayer? There's a lot of people on PlayStation, but I think the misconception comes from the fact that all of the first party games are mostly single player games. So people just make an assumption, which assumptions.
About to get that Ghost of Tsushima Legends, baby.
I can't wait. October 16th, baby.
What's my man? Bounty Boom. October 16th. Come on over here.
Hey, Barry, I don't think we're connected on PlayStation Network, man. We gotta connect.
Me up, man. Barry baby, man. It's my PS5.
so we can play some of that Ghost of Tsushima, man. That's coming out October 16th, man.
Yeah, Enrique, Dizzy said that you only be dropping PlayStation codes.
I dropped Xbox this past week, sir.
Nobody grabbed it though, Dizzy.
I want to hear something funny. I don't need that code. Yo, y'all want to hear something funny? No lie. Y'all want to hear something funny? All right, before you end the show, I'm sorry, Enrique, man. Yo, so I do tournaments, right? Fighting game tournaments on PlayStation, and I do giveaways all the time, right? And I had I think it was two $20 Xbox codes, and I'm trying to give these things away. Like, all right, guys, next up is the Xbox giveaway codes. Let's type in iRaffle. You know how Streamlabs does it. Yo, nobody was typing in iRaffle, dog. I'm like, what's going on? Nobody want no Xbox codes. What's going on, man? Put that PSN code. Yo, all right, guys. All right, so nobody wanted the Xbox codes. I think I gave it away to like Chuck or something, yo. And I was like, all right, PSN codes. iRaffle. Yo, everybody's typing in iRaffle, man. I don't know. It's crazy.
Man, go ahead and bring them Xbox codes over here. I will use it to extend my Game Pass membership. It's already into 2025 or something like that.
I'll tell you what.
Adding a month on.
I'll tell you what. If nobody, because I don't know.
In the chat right there, Forte.
Yeah, there's game. Hey, you know what's funny is that like when I drop the PlayStation gift cards or gift codes, like I usually get someone saying thank you. When I drop the Xbox ones, no one says a word. So I don't know if anyone's getting them. But seriously, I mean, like I'm about to open up to the panel with the Xbox codes if people don't start, snagging them.
Ungrateful bastards.
That's what I thought.
Better give me this code.
That's what I thought, sucker.
Yeah, Slow-Mo's about to get coded up real quick over his Game Pass subscription. So,
got the right idea, man. Just tack it on to that Game Pass, man.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, I mean, I know I was joking about 2025, but I really got that thing to like July. Like I signed up on that $1 ultimate deal. Like, what was it? When did they first announced that? Last year?
2018. It was like 2018, yeah.
Oh, yeah. When the world was normal.
So I signed up then, and then every time I got like a code for something for like a month, I could just add a month onto it. I just kept adding months onto it. Now it's like at like July 2021.
Jeez.
So anything I get, I'm just like throw it on there. Get ultimate for a little bit longer. They're gonna be mad at me, when like it's like 2024 and they trying to get everybody into that $10 to $15. They ain't trying to do the $1 thing no more since they growing in Game Pass. They don't be sitting over here just adding codes. Like what?
Hey, that's how you do it, man.
Yo, real talk.
I played you guys $1.
If you gonna get,
I'm telling people, just wait for these. Wait for the holidays.
Hey, Eric, how come you don't want to slap 4K when he interrupts you, man?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
He was already talking. He wasn't like,
Yeah, I wasn't trying to leave you though. Plus, when I hear somebody else talking, if I hear them talking before me, I'll be quiet and let them talk. Just saying. But what I would do is but what I would do if I was you guys is
okay. On that note, we're gonna wrap up the show.
What I would do is you guys this holiday, especially for Xbox, when these Xbox Live codes go on sale for the year, normally drop down to $39.99. Buy as many as you can actually afford and just sit on them until your membership runs out. Because they will allow you to do the same thing you did before, because you will be able to just go in, add those codes once your Xbox Live, your Game Pass runs out, you'll be able to add those years back on as regular Xbox Live Gold, and then you can convert them again after the fact and get the same benefits before. So I would stack up just to have them ready for so they don't try to get you with the okie doke in the end.
Yeah, we'll do the money advice. Let me ask this one question to Forte.
Yeah, what's up?
Anybody want to answer? Actually, you say, because I was thinking about this. I said, look,
wrap it up, B.
If you got, you have to get up early tomorrow.
Yeah, I gotta go.
I can tell. I can tell when we don't have to get up early tomorrow. He's like, we're going to 1 a.m. Let's go. Anyway, no. So if you're going to do all that access, you have the dough that you were going to just pay on your console, right? Do the all access. When that joint come in, just pay your console off. You got 2 years of Game Pass.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
That's true.
That's true.
Because I mean, people do what they do. I'm not a proponent of people going into debt, to have a console. But if you have the cash on hand, just that you were going to drop them on one in GameStop or wherever and pay it full price, just pay it full price to all access.
I forget. I did do the math on that to see how much you actually save. I do know you save a little bit of money going that route.
Yeah, I think you save like $60 or something. Yeah,
they don't charge you. There's no interest. There's no interest
in
on
the 2 years of Game Pass on it.
Yeah, Ultimate Game Pass Ultimate.
Game Pass Ultimate, So
at $15 a pop. So.
All right, our podcast is now in crunch mode, according to Ryan Landis. Jason Schreier. On that note,
mandatory overtime. Are you paying?
Yeah, I got to give him a 5:30. So
I just sent Jason an email. I said, Enrique holding me. We are 3 minutes past the time this podcast is supposed to end. Just keep it between you and me. You can go make your article about this.
Jason will hit you with that platinum special.
Oh no, I don't want
that. All right. On that note, we got to wrap up the show. I want to give a big shout out there with a live chat. Thank you again. Big shout out to our guest this evening, Jay Bari. Jay, always a pleasure to have you on, man. Let everyone know where they can find you, man.
Yeah, man. You can find me on YouTube, Jay Bari PS Nation, on Twitter, JBari_. Also, you can find me and my boy Gaming with Persona at What's Up PlayStation on YouTube, man. Definitely check us out, PlayStation Central Podcast. We don't fanboy over there. We just keep you guys with PlayStation news, and we try to have fun with it, man. So definitely check us out every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. What's Up PlayStation Podcast. Thanks for the invite.
And then we have our residential PlayStation retail rep. We got Chrono. Always a pleasure to have you on, man. Thank you again for hopping on and giving me some more insight into where I should play NBA 2K1. Definitely appreciate that, man. Let everyone know where they can find you.
Hey, thank you for having me. Thank you for letting me chit chat with you guys. If you want to hit me up, I am on Twitter, Chrono0666, KRONO0666. Thanks again.
Awesome. And I want to give a big shout out to Eric Jackson, B Money, Slow-Mo PlayStation 5 install service. He's got the platinum special in case you guys need it. And then we got Gaming Forte. By the way, please check out DPS Podcast. The link is in the description below.
Absolutely.
Check it out. Do it now.
We have a good time. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Last night was a ball.
Yeah, last night was funny. So, look, please check these guys out. Seriously, great show. And on that note, guys, we're out, and we'll see you next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And everyone enjoy the weekend. Get some video games in or gaming in, and don't sleep on PlayStation multiplayers, apparently, according to Jay, because they play games, I guess.
Yes.
Multiplayer games. Yeah. Anyhow,
we'll kick you in the shins.
Yes, we'll kick you the shins. All right. And Xbox next week, we'll drop an Xbox code and no one will use it. So on that note, we're out. Peace.